today I am discussing the article published in Hindu newspaper regarding the coming November 26th day, that is the adoption of the constitution. So, according to the author, there are important constitutional core values, and there is a constitution governance, and there is a constitution culture in India. Now, come to the point. The heading is that an approaching milestone in constitutional governance. That means in India, constitutional governance is there. So, because of it, the constitutional culture also developed. Then, coming to what is the constitutional governance definition, according to him, not the rules and the laws and regulations dealing with the establishment or democratic institutions. So, what is the other part of the constitutional culture? That means constitutional governance is spreading the deep sense of constitutional culture among the different cultures, regions, and faiths of India. That means spreading deep sense of constitutional culture and the rules, laws, by regulations all together. It is called constitutional governance. That is definition. So then we heard the words constitutional governance, constitutional culture. All these constitutional governance, constitutional culture, constitutional morality, all these words indicating normally the importance of the constitution, the supremacy of the constitution, etc. So, here the constitutional culture means respecting the provisions of the constitution, democracy, and values uh, of the constitutions, morality, constitutional morality, all these things. So, come to constitutional culture. According to the author, there are five constitutional core values which shaped the constitutional culture of India. So, there are five constitutional core values which shaped the constitutional culture of India. What are those? Number one is respecting the democratic institutions. So, according to him, people are respecting the democratic institutions of India. Why? Because the improvement in the quality of life and standards of living. So, that is being done by democratic institutions constituted by constitution, established by constitution. So, because of that, the people are believing democracy and they are participating in elections. The turnouts of the voters also is being increased gradually. So, what it is indicating? It is indicating people's respect on democratic institutions. That is first constitutional core value. The second constitutional core value is smooth transition of electoral elected governments. That means after completion of the elections, all parties are respecting the result of the elections. If they do not respect, the transition has not been taken place in smooth way. Of course, in my opinion, this is now being violated. That means what? After receiving election results, now the representatives of the people are turning into are jumping into another political parties in a what do you call combined way. That means jointly to defeat the defection laws. So thereby they are violating these result and mandate of the people. So anyway, the author's opinion is that because this smooth transition of the elected governments is also one of the important core value. Maybe during elections, heated election campaign and other things, but after election they are respecting the result. That is the concept of the other. Next, third one is upholding the rights. That means protection of rights and freedoms through courts. According to other, the constitutional framers who are who were freedom fighters all Constitutional Assembly members were freedom fighters. We know that. All ministers also, majority of the ministers were from freedom fighters. Despite they are having an option, that means they could have tilted towards benevolent state. That means what? A state, a good state, a welfare state. They can choose a good state. They can give preference for a welfare state than fundamental rights and freedoms and courts. But they did not choose that. Why? They were suspected the state apparatus. They did not have belief on the uh, concept of the state. That means not having state. They do not have. They did not have complete belief on the state because any ruler once he came into power automatically his mind will be changed. That's why they have given protection to the fundamental rights, higher degree of importance being attached to the fundamental rights and the courts also through created by constitution. So that's why the vision of that freedom fighters, the conscious of the fact that rights and freedoms are paramount, and at the same time they recognize the role of the state. This is also third constitutional value. The fourth one is federalism as a facet of constitutional governance. So we know that India is having what do you call extraordinary diversity regarding religious, regarding languages, and so many culture aspects. Disp- because of that, constitutional framers have given special privileges, special autonomy in respect of some aspects, keeping in mind the unique history of their states. So, federalism is a facet of this constitutional governance. So, how can we see the federalism? According to the author, the federalism has been further deepened. We can witness in two ways. That is, rising of the state political parties. That means state level political parties, regional political parties, and their contribution in the country. And at the same time, 73, 74 constitution amendments regarding panchayats and nagarapalikas. They are decentralizing the power. So that federalism is our constitutional governance facet, and it is one of the core value, constitutional value. The last one is the media and civil society role in protecting the, in instilling faith in democracy, in instilling faith in democracy. Of course, there are limitations, there are reservations regarding the economic governance model of the media institutions. There are reservations. Despite that, media is uh, providing transparency and information to the Indian electorate according to the author. So these are the five constitutional values, core constitutional values that are spreading the constitutional culture basing on constitutional governance. According to the last British commander, the India may not be having this present shape. He did not believe the unity of the India. He told that Punjab may be separated, Sikhs may be separated, and others may follow uh, that state. But it is not happened. We proven certain persons are wrong. So India is being united uh, despite the expectations of the British rulers at that time. So constitution values are protecting the constitutional culture, thereby constitutional governance, and thereby democracy of the India. This is the total essence of the this article.